Hello everyone. Welcome back to our channel. I'm so happy to see you here today. In this video, we'll go deep into the life of Buddha and 16 powerful lessons he left for all of us. This isn't just an old story from a long time ago. It's a mirror for your own life, your own struggles, and your own peace. As we walk through this journey together, you'll also improve your English. The words are simple, the sentences are easy to follow, and the rhythm is calm. So take a slow breath. Relax your shoulders. Put away your phone for a few minutes. Let's begin this peaceful journey together. Long, long ago, in a small kingdom in the mountains of Nepal, a baby prince was born. His parents named him Siddhartha Gautama. His father was the king, and his mother was a gentle queen. But sadly, soon after giving birth, the queen passed away. The king loved his son more than anything in the world. He wanted to protect the little prince from all pain, all suffering, and all sadness. A wise man came to the palace to look at the baby. He made a prediction that changed everything. He said that the prince would grow up to become either a great king who rules the entire world or a great holy man who saves the world from suffering. If the prince ever saw four things, an old person, a sick person, a dead body, and a holy person who had left everything behind, he would leave the palace and become a spiritual teacher. The king did not want that at all. He wanted his son to be a powerful king, not a begging monk. So he decided to hide the real world from Siddhartha. He built 3 palaces, one for the cold season, one for the hot season, and one for the rainy season. The palaces were like beautiful cages made of gold and silk. There were lovely gardens with colorful flowers and sweet-smelling trees. There was music all the time. Dancers, singers, and musicians playing soft tunes. There was delicious food, the best rice, the sweetest fruits, and rich desserts. Only young and healthy people were allowed near the prince. No one spoke about sickness. No one spoke about old age. No one spoke about death. The king even ordered that any old or sick person in the city must stay hidden when the prince went out. Siddhartha grew up surrounded by pleasure and comfort. He never saw a sad face. He never heard a story of loss. He married a beautiful princess named Yashodhara. She had kind eyes and a gentle voice. They loved each other very much. They had a son named Rahula, which means chain or fetter, because a child ties a parent to the world. For 29 years, the prince lived inside this beautiful dream. He didn't know that people grow old. He didn't know that people become sick. He didn't know that everyone dies. He thought that life was always joyful, always easy, always perfect. But one day the dream broke. Siddhartha asked his charioteer, a loyal man named Channa, to take him outside the palace walls. The king tried to stop him. He sent more guards to clean the streets. He told everyone to hide if they looked old or sick. But nobody can hide the truth forever. On the first trip, Siddhartha saw an old man. The man was walking very slowly, leaning on a wooden stick. His back was bent like a bow. His skin was wrinkled like dry earth after a long summer. His hair was white like snow on a mountain. His hands were shaking. Siddhartha had never seen anyone like that before. He asked Channa, "What is wrong with that man? Why does he look like that?" Channa said, "My prince, that is not wrong. That is old age. Everyone becomes old if they live long enough. Your father will become old. You will become old. I will become old. It happens to every living being." The prince felt a shock in his heart, a cold, heavy shock. He asked, "Will I really become like that one day?" Channa said, "Yes, my prince. There is no escape from old age." Siddhartha returned to the palace, but he couldn't forget the old man. He couldn't eat, he couldn't sleep. The music sounded empty. The dancers looked fake. On the second trip, he saw a sick person. The person was lying on the ground beside the road. His body was shaking. His face was twisted in pain. He was making small, sad sounds. Siddhartha asked, "What is that? Why is he lying there? Why is he making those sounds?" Channa said, "That is sickness, my prince. Sickness can happen to anyone. You can be young and strong today, and tomorrow you can be sick. Even the king cannot escape sickness." The prince felt a deep sadness in his chest. He asked, "So all this health I have, it can disappear in one day?" Channa said, "Yes, my prince. Sickness does not ask for permission." On the third trip, he saw a dead body. 4 men were carrying the body on a wooden bed. The body was wrapped in white cloth. It was very still, completely still. Behind the men, a group of people were crying loudly. Some were pulling their hair. Some were falling to the ground. Siddhartha asked, "What is that? Why is that person not moving? Why are those people crying?" Channa's voice was soft and sad. He said, "That is death, my prince. That person's life has ended. The body will be burned or buried. The people who loved him will never see him again. Everyone who is born will die one day. There is no exception. Even you, my prince, will die one day." The prince felt a great fear, a fear he had never known. He said, "So all these beautiful things in the palace, the gardens, the music, the food, my wife, my son, all of it will end?" Channa said, "Yes, everything ends. Everything changes. Nothing lasts forever." On the fourth trip, Siddhartha saw a different kind of person. A man walking alone on the side of the road. He had very little clothing, just a simple robe. He had no shoes. He had no bag. He had no money. But his face was calm. His eyes were peaceful. He wasn't laughing loudly, but he wasn't crying either. He was just walking, slowly, gently, like a man who had no hurry. Siddhartha asked, "Who is that man? Why does he look so peaceful when everyone else looks worried or sad?" Channa said, "That is a holy person, my prince. He has left his home, his family, his money, and all his desires. He doesn't want anything. He doesn't chase anything. He is searching for the truth about life and suffering. He wants to find a way to end suffering, not just for himself, but for all beings." At that moment, something clicked inside Siddhartha's heart. He understood. He understood that the palace was a beautiful prison. He understood that pleasure and power couldn't protect him from old age, sickness, and death. He understood that he had to find the truth himself. No one could give it to him. Not his father. Not his teachers. Not the beautiful dancers or the sweet music. He had to find it himself. That night, he looked one last time at his sleeping wife, Yashodhara. She was holding their baby son Rahula in her arms. They looked so peaceful. They looked so beautiful. Siddhartha loved them more than anything. But he knew that if he stayed, he would never find the answer. He would grow old, get sick, and die, without ever understanding why life is full of suffering. He quietly walked to the door of the room. He stopped. He wanted to touch his son's head one more time. But he was afraid that his touch would wake the baby, and then he wouldn't be able to leave. So he turned away. He walked to the stable where his horse, Kanthaka, was sleeping. He woke the horse gently. He asked his charioteer, Channa, to come with him. They rode out of the palace gates into the dark night. When they were far away, Siddhartha stopped. He got off the horse. He took off his expensive silk clothes and his heavy gold jewelry. He cut his long, beautiful hair with his sword. He put on simple robes that he found on a dead body. That was the custom for holy seekers. He told Channa, "Go back to the palace. Tell my father that I am searching for the truth. Tell my wife that I love her. Tell my son that I will return when I have found peace." Channa cried. Kanthaka the horse cried. Or at least, the story says that tears fell from the horse's eyes. But Siddhartha did not cry. He turned and walked into the forest. He was 29 years old. For 6 years he searched for the truth. 6 long years. He studied with many famous teachers. He learned deep meditation. He could make his mind very, very still. But he still felt suffering inside. He still felt the desire for answers. He still felt fear and doubt. Then he tried very hard, extreme practices. He thought, maybe if I punish my body enough, the truth will appear. He ate almost no food. One day he ate 1 grain of rice. The next day he ate 1 sesame seed. His body became extremely thin. You could count every bone under his skin. His eyes sank deep into his head. His skin turned dark and dry. When he touched his stomach, he could feel his spine from the front. He held his breath for a long time until his head pounded with terrible pain. He slept on thorns and sharp stones. He did this for years, but the truth did not come. One day he was so weak that he fell down while walking to a river. He couldn't get up. A young village girl named Sujata saw him lying there. She thought he was a forest spirit. She gave him a bowl of sweet rice pudding. He accepted it. He ate it. And at that moment, he remembered something. He remembered a day from his childhood. He was sitting under a tree, watching his father work in the fields. His mind became very peaceful and clear, without any effort, without any struggle. He realized that hurting his body was not the way to peace. The answer was not in too much pleasure, like the palace. And the answer was not in too much pain, like the forest. The answer was in the middle path, a balanced life. Not too tight, not too loose. So he started to eat normal food again. He took care of his body. He washed himself in the river. He sat down under a large fig tree, a beautiful tree with wide spreading branches. We call it the Bodhi tree now, the tree of awakening. He made a strong promise to himself. He said, "Let my skin dry up. Let my bones turn to dust. Let my flesh fall off my body. I will not get up from this seat until I find the truth. I will sit here until I understand the end of suffering." He sat down on a cushion of grass. He crossed his legs. He closed his eyes. He began to meditate. He meditated through the whole night. In the first part of the night, he turned his mind to see his past lives. He saw that he had been born many, many times, as a king, as a poor farmer, as a bird, as a fish, as a deer, as a holy man. He saw that birth after birth he had suffered. He had lost loved ones. He had felt pain. He had died and been reborn. This cycle had no beginning. In the second part of the night, he saw how karma works. He saw that every action, good or bad, leaves a mark. He saw that beings are born into happy or unhappy lives because of their past actions. But he also saw that karma is not a punishment from a god. It is simply a law of nature, like a seed growing into a plant. Good actions bring good results. Bad actions bring suffering. In the third part of the night, he understood the deepest truth. He saw the cause of suffering. He saw that suffering comes from craving and attachment. We want things to be a certain way. We want to keep what we like. We want to push away what we don't like. That wanting is like a fire that never stops burning. And then he saw the way to end that fire. He saw that when craving stops, suffering stops. He saw the path to make craving stop, the eightfold path. When the morning star appeared in the sky, a bright, beautiful light, Siddhartha Gautama became the Buddha, the awakened one, the one who knows. He was 35 years old. He sat under the tree for 7 more days, just enjoying the peace. No more searching, no more running, no more fear, just peace. That tree is still there today, in a place called Bodh Gaya in India. People from all over the world go there to sit and meditate. They go because of what happened under that tree more than 2,500 years ago. After his awakening, Buddha was not sure if he should teach others. The truth he found was very deep, like the ocean. Most people, he thought, are living on the surface, playing with small waves. They are busy with money, food, love, and arguments. They might not understand the depth. A god named Brahma Sahampati came down from heaven. He bowed to Buddha and said, "Lord, please teach. There are people with only a little dust in their eyes. They will understand. Some lotuses grow under the water. Some grow just below the surface. Some rise above the water and bloom in the sun. In the same way, some people are ready to understand. Please open the door to peace." Buddha looked at the world with his new clear eyes. He saw that it was true. Some people were ready. So he decided to teach. He walked to the city of Varanasi, a holy city on the banks of the Ganges River. He found his 5 old friends in a deer park. They had practiced with him during those 6 hard years. When they saw him coming, they said to each other, "Here comes Siddhartha. He gave up the hard work. He started eating again. He is lazy now. Let's not greet him. Let's not bow to him." But as Buddha came closer, they saw something different. His face was shining. His eyes were calm. His whole body radiated peace. They couldn't help themselves. They stood up. They greeted him. They said, "Friend Siddhartha, you look different. What have you found?" Buddha said, "I have found the deathless. I have found the way to end all suffering. Please listen. I will teach you." He gave his first teaching, which we call the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, the turning of the wheel of Dharma. He explained the 4 noble truths and the eightfold path. One of the 5 friends, a man named Kondana, understood immediately. He became the first person to see the truth. That was the beginning of Buddha's teaching life. For 45 years, he walked from village to village, from city to city. He never rode in a carriage. He never slept in a palace. He walked with his bare feet on hot sand and cold stones. He taught everyone. He taught kings who wore golden crowns. He taught farmers with dirt on their hands. He taught rich merchants and poor beggars. He taught children and old people. He even taught people who came to argue with him and insult him. He never got angry. He never asked for money. People gave him food, and he ate whatever they gave, sometimes delicious, sometimes plain. He never said, "You must believe me." He said, "Come and see for yourself. Try it. Practice it. If it works, keep going. If it doesn't, leave it." He created a community of monks and nuns, the Sangha. Thousands and thousands of people left their homes to follow him. But many more people stayed in their homes, with their families and their jobs, and still followed his teachings. Buddha showed that you don't have to be a monk to find peace. You just have to practice. When he was 80 years old, he knew that his body would not last much longer. He ate his last meal, given by a blacksmith named Kunda. Then he became very sick. He had pain in his stomach, like a knife twisting. But he did not complain. He said, "Let's go to the forest of Kushinagar." He lay down between two tall trees. The trees bloomed out of season, white flowers falling on his body like rain. His followers gathered around him. They were crying. They were saying, "Our teacher is leaving us. The light of the world is going out." But Buddha opened his eyes and said, "Do not cry. Everything that is born must die. There is no way to stop this. For 45 years I have given you the teaching. Keep it with you. Practice it. Be a light to yourselves. Do not look for any other light." His last words were simple and powerful. He said, "All things that exist are not permanent. Work hard to find your own liberation." Then he closed his eyes. He entered final peace. We call that parinirvana. His body was cremated, and his ashes were placed in monuments called stupas. But his teaching did not die. It spread across India, then to China, then to Japan, to Thailand, to Sri Lanka, and finally to the whole world. Today, millions of people still sit in meditation. Millions of people still practice kindness and mindfulness. All because one prince left his palace and sat under a tree until he saw the truth. Now let's learn 16 life lessons from Buddha's story. Each lesson is simple, but each lesson is deep. Don't try to learn all of them at once. That's too much. Pick one. Live with it for a week, then pick another. Go slowly. Be gentle with yourself. Lesson 1. Life brings suffering, but there is a way out. When Buddha gave his first teaching, he didn't say, "Life is wonderful all the time." He was honest. He said, "There is suffering." That's the first noble truth. What kind of suffering? The pain of being sick, the sadness of losing someone you love, the frustration of not getting what you want, the fear of losing what you have. Even the subtle, tired feeling that something is missing, that's suffering too. Everyone feels this. Rich people feel it. Poor people feel it. Young people feel it. Old people feel it. It's part of being alive. But Buddha didn't stop there. He didn't say, "Just accept suffering and be sad." He said suffering has a cause. The cause is craving and attachment. We want things to be different from how they are. We want the good moments to last forever, but they can't. We want the bad moments to disappear immediately, but they won't. That wanting, that clinging, that pushing away, that's the fire that burns us. And then Buddha said the most important thing. He said, there is a way to end suffering. The fire can go out. When you stop craving, when you stop clinging, the fire goes out by itself. You don't have to become a monk to try this. Start with something small. For example, you're standing in a long line at the supermarket. You feel angry. You feel impatient. You want the line to move faster. Notice that wanting. Say to yourself, there is craving. There is the fire. Then take a slow breath. Look at the colors around you. Feel your feet on the floor. Listen to the sounds. For just 1 minute, don't try to change anything. Just be there. The suffering becomes lighter. That's the beginning. Or imagine someone says something unkind to you. You feel hurt. You want them to apologize. But they don't. You keep thinking about it. You replay the scene in your mind. That's the fire burning you. Can you let go of that wanting just for 5 minutes? Just 5 minutes of not needing an apology. Just 5 minutes of being okay with what is. Try it. You'll feel a small space of peace. That space can grow. Every time you let go of a small craving, you're training your mind. Slowly, slowly, the big cravings lose their power. This is not magic. It's practice. Buddha promised that this path works. It worked for him. It worked for millions of people after him. It can work for you, too. Lesson 2. Everything changes. Nothing stays the same. This is the truth of impermanence. Buddha looked at the world and saw that everything is flowing like a river. Your body changes every second. Cells die, and new cells are born. Your hair grows. Your nails grow. Your skin changes. Your feelings change. One moment you're happy, the next moment you're sad, and you don't even know why. Your thoughts change. They come and go like birds flying across the sky. You can't hold on to a thought for more than a few seconds. The seasons change. Summer becomes autumn. Autumn becomes winter. Winter becomes spring. The people you love change. They grow older. Their opinions change. Their moods change. Even mountains change over a long, long time. Nothing, absolutely nothing, stays the same forever. This can sound scary at first. We want the good things to last. We want our health to stay strong. We want our youth to stay fresh. We want our relationships to stay loving. But they cannot. That's not a failure. That's just the nature of life. And we also want the bad things to end quickly. When we're in pain, physical or emotional, we think, this will never end. But it will. Even the hardest, darkest time will pass. It always does. When you really accept this truth, something beautiful happens inside you. You stop clinging so tightly to happy moments. You enjoy them more because you know they're precious and rare. You don't waste them by worrying about losing them. You're fully there. And you stop fighting against sad moments. You let them come, and you let them go. You become like a tree in the wind. You bend, but you don't break. Try this exercise today. Look at your hand. Really look at it. Notice the lines, the shape, the color. Now think about your hand when you were 5 years old. It was smaller, wasn't it? It was softer. It has changed. And it will change again. Now look at a glass of water. Imagine that one day that water will evaporate or be drunk. It will not stay in that glass forever. Nothing stays. Instead of feeling sad about this, feel free. You don't have to hold on so tightly. You don't have to be so afraid of losing things. Just be here now. That's enough. Lesson 3. You are not your thoughts. This is one of the most freeing lessons Buddha ever taught. Many people believe that every thought in their mind is true and important. They think, I'm having a jealous thought, so I'm a jealous person. Or, I'm having a fearful thought, so I'm weak. Or, I'm having a sad thought, so something is wrong with me. But Buddha taught something different. He said that thoughts are just mental events. They arise. They stay for a little while. Then they disappear. If you let them. You are not your thoughts. You are the one who notices the thoughts. Imagine you're sitting by a river. The water is flowing. Leaves are floating on the water. Some leaves are dark and heavy. Some leaves are light and bright. Your thoughts are like those leaves. You can sit on the bank and watch them come and go. You don't have to jump into the river and grab every leaf. You don't have to fight the leaves or drown in the water. You just watch. When a dark thought comes, like, I'm not good enough, or everyone will leave me, or I'll never succeed. You can simply watch it. You can say, "Hello, fear. I see you sitting there. You're just a thought. You're not the truth." And then you let it float away. This takes practice. Your mind is very strong. It has been running on its own for many years. It will try to pull you into the story. It will say, "But this thought is important. You have to think about it." Don't believe that voice. That's just another thought. A simple way to start is to focus on your breath. Feel the air coming in through your nose. Feel it going out through your mouth. When a thought appears, don't fight it. Don't push it away. Just notice it. Say to yourself, "Thinking." Then gently, very gently, bring your attention back to your breath. Do this for 5 minutes every day. After a few weeks, you'll notice something amazing. You'll see that thoughts are not your enemy. They're just visitors. And you are the peaceful house where they come and go. This understanding changes everything. You stop being a slave to every negative thought. You become free. Lesson 4. Let go of wanting more and more. Buddha compared desire to drinking salty water. The more you drink, the thirstier you become. Let's really think about this. You buy a new phone. For a few days, you're very happy. You show it to your friends. You play with the new features. Then you see an advertisement for a newer phone with a better camera and a faster processor. Suddenly, your phone feels old. You start wanting the new one. You buy it. Again, happiness for a few days. Then the cycle repeats. The same thing happens with clothes, shoes, cars, houses, and even with compliments. We think, when I get this, I'll be happy. But when we get it, the happiness doesn't last. It's like a drop of water on a hot pan. It disappears in a second. Then we want something else. This chasing never ends. It's like running on a wheel. You run and run, but you stay in the same place. You're always tired, but you never arrive. True happiness does not come from getting what you want. It comes from wanting what you already have. That's a huge shift. It doesn't mean you can't have goals. You can still work hard. You can still improve your life. You can still buy nice things. But don't attach your inner peace to the result. Do your best, and then let go. Be happy in this moment, with whatever you have right now. Look around you. You have a roof over your head. You have eyes to read these words. You have air to breathe. You have at least one person who cares about you. These are not small things. These are miracles. Try this practice for 1 full day. Don't buy anything. Don't order food delivery. Don't scroll through shopping websites. Don't add anything to your cart. Just use what you already have. Notice how many times your mind says, "I want." Just notice it. Don't judge it. Then take a breath and say, "I already have enough." You might discover that the wanting is just a habit, and habits can be changed. Lesson 5. Kindness is strength, not weakness. Some people think that being kind means being soft. They think you have to be aggressive to survive in this world. You have to fight. You have to push. You have to be tough. But Buddha showed a different kind of strength. His compassion was like a mountain, firm, stable, and unmovable by the storms of anger. There's a famous story about a man who came to Buddha and insulted him for a long time. He called Buddha names. He said terrible things. Buddha listened quietly. When the man finished, Buddha asked him, "If you buy a gift for someone and that person does not accept it, who does the gift belong to?" The man said, "It still belongs to me. Buddha said, "In the same way, you have given me anger and insults. I do not accept them, so they still belong to you." That is real strength. It takes much more power to stay calm than to explode in anger. Anger is easy. A child can get angry. A dog can get angry. But to stay peaceful when someone is attacking you, that takes a strong mind. When someone hurts you, remember this image. Anger is like holding a hot coal in your hand with the intention of throwing it at someone. You are the one who gets burned. The coal burns your skin. It hurts your hand. The other person might not even feel it. Your anger does not hurt the other person. It only hurts you. It raises your blood pressure. It steals your sleep. It makes you say things you regret. It ruins your whole day, so let it go. Not because the other person deserves forgiveness. Maybe they don't. But you deserve peace. You deserve to sleep well. You deserve to feel light. So forgive, not for them, for you. Practice loving-kindness meditation. Sit quietly for 10 minutes. Close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths. Then repeat these words slowly, like a soft song. May I be happy. May I be safe. May I be healthy. May I live with ease. Feel those wishes in your heart. Really mean them. Then think of someone you love easily. A good friend, a family member, a teacher who is kind to you. Say, may you be happy. May you be safe. May you be healthy. May you live with ease. Then think of a neutral person, someone you see but don't know well, the cashier at the store, the person who delivers your mail. Wish them the same. Then, this is the hardest part. Think of someone who has hurt you, someone who said something unkind, someone who let you down. Wish them the same. May you be happy. May you be safe. May you be healthy. May you live with ease. If you can't do it sincerely, that's okay. Just try. Say the words even if your heart is hard. Over time, your heart will soften. This is not weakness. This is the strongest thing you can do. Lesson 6. Your actions matter more than your beliefs. Buddha did not ask people to believe in gods. He didn't ask them to follow complicated rituals. He didn't say, "Pray to me and I will save you." He said, "Come and see for yourself." He wanted people to look at their own actions. Every action, whether with your body, your words, or your mind, creates an energy. This is the law of karma. Karma is not punishment. It's not a judge sending you to hell. Karma is simply cause and effect. If you plant a mango seed, you get a mango tree. If you plant a thorn bush, you get thorns. If you plant rice, you get rice. In the same way, if you act with kindness, kindness comes back to you. Not always immediately. Not always from the same person. But it comes. If you act with cruelty, you will experience suffering. You don't need to believe this in a religious way. You can see it in your daily life. When you speak gently to someone, they smile. You feel good. That's good karma. When you help someone carry something heavy, they say thank you. You feel warm inside. That's good karma. When you shout at someone, they feel hurt. Later you feel guilty. That's bad karma. When you lie to someone, you have to remember the lie. You feel anxious. That's bad karma. So watch your actions carefully. Before you speak, ask yourself 3 questions. Is it true? Is it kind? Is it helpful? If the answer to any of these is no, it's better to stay silent. Before you act, ask yourself, will this bring peace or more suffering? You are the creator of your own life. Every moment is a chance to plant a good seed. You don't have to be perfect. Nobody is perfect. Just try to plant more good seeds than bad ones. Over time, your life will bloom. Lesson 7. Do not compare yourself to others. This is one of the most painful habits of the human mind. We look at other people and think, they have more money than me. They are more beautiful than me. They have a better job. They have a happier family. They travel more. They have more friends. And then we feel sad, jealous, or not good enough. Sometimes we feel the opposite. We look at someone and think, I am better than them. I am smarter. I am richer. I am more successful. And then we feel proud. But both of these, jealousy and pride, are forms of suffering. They both come from comparison. And comparison, Buddha taught, is a form of craving. You are craving a different life. Or you are craving to be seen as better. That craving brings suffering. Here's the truth. You see only the outside of other people's lives. You see their smiling photos on social media. You see their new car, their new house, their vacation pictures. But you do not see their pain. You don't see their sleepless nights. You don't see their arguments with their spouse. You don't see their fears about money. You don't see their loneliness, their doubts, their sadness. Everyone is carrying a heavy backpack of suffering. Some people just hide it better. And the same is true for you. Other people compare themselves to you and feel jealous of things they don't see. So stop the game. There is no winner. Instead of looking sideways at other people, look inward at yourself. Ask yourself, am I kinder than I was yesterday? Am I more patient? Am I more peaceful? Am I more honest? That is the only comparison that matters. You are running your own race. There is no finish line. There is no prize for being faster than someone else. The only goal is to be a little better than you were before. So be gentle with yourself. You are exactly where you need to be. Lesson 8. Speak only what is true and helpful. Buddha said that right speech is one of the most important parts of the Eightfold Path. Why is speech so important? Because words are incredibly powerful. Words can hurt more than a knife. A knife cuts the skin, and the skin heals in a few days. But a cruel word cuts the heart, and that wound can last for years. I'm sure you remember a mean thing someone said to you a long time ago. It still hurts, doesn't it? Words can also heal. A kind word at the right moment can save a life. A simple, I believe in you can change everything. So before you speak, put your words through 3 gates. At the first gate, ask, is it true? If it's not true, do not say it. At the second gate, ask, is it kind? If it's not kind, do not say it. At the third gate, ask, is it helpful? If it's not helpful, do not say it. If your words pass through all 3 gates, then you can speak. Try this for 1 week, just 1 week. Notice how many times you want to gossip about someone who isn't there. Notice how many times you want to complain about something that doesn't really matter. Notice how many times you want to criticize someone for a small mistake. Instead of speaking, stay silent or say something useful. You'll be surprised. Your relationships will become calmer. People will trust you more. And your own mind will become quieter because you aren't constantly cleaning up the mess of your words. Sometimes, the most powerful thing you can say is nothing at all. Silence is very valuable. Lesson 9. You cannot force others to change. Buddha spent 45 years teaching. He helped thousands and thousands of people find peace. But he never forced anyone. He never said, you must believe me. He never got angry when people disagreed with him. He never argued. He simply showed the path. Each person had to walk it themselves. Even his own family, his father, his wife, his son, chose their own time to follow him. His father, King Suddhodana, became a monk only after many years, when he was very old. His wife, Yashodhara, became a nun later in her life. His son, Rahula, became a monk at a young age. But that was his own choice. Buddha did not force him. In your own life, you might see very clearly what your friend is doing wrong. You might see what your parent needs to change. You might see what your partner should do differently. You want to help them. You want to fix them. But pushing them only creates resistance. They feel controlled. They feel criticized. They push back. They might even do the opposite just to prove that they are free. The best way to help others change is to change yourself first. Become more peaceful. Become more kind. Become more patient. When people see the peace in you, they will become curious. They will ask, "How are you so calm? How do you stay so happy?" Then you can share what you have learned, but let them come to you. Give them space. Love them exactly as they are, not as you want them to be. This is very hard. It takes a lot of patience. But it is the only way that works. Lesson 10. Live simply, with less stress. Buddha left a palace full of gold, silk, jewels, and delicious food. He wore simple robes made from old cloth that people threw away. He ate one meal a day in the morning. He ate whatever people gave him, sometimes good food, sometimes bad food. He did not care. He slept under trees. He owned nothing except his robes and a bowl for collecting food. And he was happier than any king. You don't have to give away everything you own. You don't have to live in a forest. But you can look at your life and ask yourself, what do I really need? Most of us have much more than we need. We have closets full of clothes we never wear. We have cabinets full of dishes we never use. We have phones full of apps we never open. We have subscriptions we forgot about. We have plans and commitments that drain our energy. All these things take up space. Not just physical space, but mental space. Every object you own is something you have to clean, organize, worry about, or repair. It steals a little bit of your energy every day. Try this. Choose one drawer or one shelf in your home. Empty it completely. Only put back the things you truly need or truly love. Give away, or throw away the rest. Notice how you feel. Lighter, right? Now imagine doing that with your whole house. And then imagine doing that with your schedule. Say no to activities that drain you. Say yes to rest, to quiet, to nature, to doing nothing. Living simply is not about being poor. It's about being free. Lesson 11. Be here now. This is the heart of Buddha's teaching on mindfulness. Most of the time, our minds are not here. We are eating breakfast, but our mind is thinking about work. We are walking to the bus, but our mind is planning tomorrow. We are listening to a friend talk, but our mind is preparing what to say next. We are living in the past, remembering old mistakes, old hurts, old regrets. Or we are living in the future, worrying about what might happen, hoping for good things, fearing bad things. But the past is already gone. You cannot change it. No matter how much you think about it, you cannot go back and do something differently. The future has not come. You cannot control it. No matter how much you worry, you cannot make the future exactly as you want. The only moment you ever really have is this one. Right now. When you bring your mind back to the present moment, something wonderful happens. You stop worrying. You stop regretting. You just live. and living is actually quite beautiful when you pay attention. The taste of a ripe strawberry, the warmth of the sun on your skin, the sound of rain on the roof, the feeling of a child's hand in yours, the sight of a flower opening. These are small miracles, but you miss them when your mind is somewhere else. Practice being here now. You can do it while washing your hands. Feel the water. Is it warm or cold? Feel the soap. Smell it. Watch the bubbles form and pop. That's meditation. You can do it while drinking tea. Smell the tea. Feel the warmth of the cup in your hands. Take one small sip. Let it sit on your tongue. Really taste it. That's meditation. You don't need a special cushion. You don't need a special room. You don't need to burn incense or chant. You just need to pay attention. The present moment is the only moment you ever have. Don't waste it. Lesson 12. Do not hold on to anger. It only hurts you. When someone says something unkind to you, anger rises in your body. That's natural. Your face gets hot. Your jaw tightens. Your fists clench. Your heart beats faster. You want to say something sharp back. You want to hurt them the way they hurt you. That's the animal part of your brain. But you are human. You have a choice. You can hold on to that anger. You can replay the scene in your mind 100 times. You can think of all the clever, cutting things you should have said. You can keep the anger for days, weeks, months, or even years. And what happens? The other person forgets about the argument after 5 minutes. They are living their life. They are eating dinner. They are watching TV. They are laughing with their friends. But you are still suffering. Your anger is a fire, and you are holding it against your own chest. Buddha said, holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. It doesn't work. The poison stays in you. So forgive. Forgiveness does not mean you agree with what they did. It does not mean you have to be friends with them. It does not mean you have to trust them again. It means you set down the heavy rock you have been carrying. It means you choose to be free. The next time you feel angry, take 10 deep breaths. Breathe in slowly. Breathe out slowly. Then ask yourself, will this matter in 1 year? Most of the time the answer is no. So let it go. Not for them, for you. You deserve peace. Lesson 13. Look for wise friends. Buddha said something very powerful. A student once asked him, Lord, isn't it true that having good friends is half of the holy life? Buddha answered, No, it is not half. It is the whole of the holy life. The people you spend time with shape your thoughts, your habits, and your happiness. If you spend time with people who complain all the time, you will start complaining. If you spend time with people who gossip, you will gossip. If you spend time with people who are angry and critical, you will become angry and critical. It's like sitting near a fire. You will feel the heat. You will smell like smoke. But if you spend time with people who are calm, kind, honest, patient, and peaceful, you will become more like them. It's like sitting near a flower. You will smell like the flower. So choose your friends carefully. This doesn't mean you should be rude to people who are not good for you. Just spend less time with them. Spend more time with people who lift you up. And if you don't have such friends yet, become one yourself. Be the kind of person that others want to be around. Be calm, be kind, be honest, be patient. Then good people will find you. It takes time, but it happens. Lesson 14. Do not be afraid of pain. Pain is a teacher. When Buddha saw sickness, old age, and death, he felt fear. He felt a deep, cold fear. But he did not run back to the palace and pretend he had seen nothing. He did not cover his eyes and say, "I don't want to know." He sat down. He looked deeply into the nature of pain. He learned that running from pain only makes it stronger. When you try to push pain away, it follows you, it chases you, it grows bigger in your mind. When you accept pain, not with defeat, but with courage, you learn from it. Physical pain teaches you about your body. It tells you to rest, to heal, to take care of yourself. It reminds you that you are alive. Emotional pain teaches you about what you love and what you fear. It shows you where you are still attached. It shows you where you still need to grow. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What can I learn from this?" Every difficult moment carries a lesson. Maybe the lesson is patience. Maybe it's letting go. Maybe it's asking for help. Maybe it's being kind to yourself. Find the lesson. Then the pain becomes smaller and your wisdom becomes larger. This doesn't mean you should seek pain. Pain is not a goal. It means when pain comes, and it will come, because life is like that. You don't need to be afraid. You can handle it. You have handled every difficult day of your life so far, every single one. You are still here. You are stronger than you think. Lesson 15. Your mind is everything. What you think, you become. Buddha said, "The mind is the source of all things. You become what you think." This is not just positive thinking. It's not about saying, "I am rich," when you have no money. It's a deep truth about how we create our reality. If you spend your whole day thinking angry thoughts, you will feel angry. Your face will look angry. Your voice will sound angry. You will act angry. People will treat you like an angry person. And slowly, you will become that angry person. But if you practice thinking kind thoughts, you will feel kind. Your face will soften. Your voice will become gentle. You will act kindly. People will treat you kindly. And you will become a kind person. So watch your mind like a guard at the gate of a castle. Don't let every thought enter. When a negative thought comes, like "I'm stupid," or "I'll never succeed," or "nobody likes me," you can say, "I see you, but I don't have to believe you." Then gently replace it with a helpful thought. "I am learning. I am trying. That is enough. I am worthy of love. I can do this." It takes practice. Your mind has been running on its own for many years. It has deep grooves, like a road with many tire tracks. But you can make new grooves. Every time you catch a negative thought and let it go, you are building a new habit. After a few weeks, you will notice a difference. Your mind will become calmer. You will become happier. Because you are not fighting against yourself anymore. You are working with yourself. Lesson 16. You can awaken. This is the most important lesson of all. Buddha was not a god. He was a human being. He was born. He grew up. He felt fear, doubt, pain, desire, and confusion, just like you. He made mistakes. He tried things that didn't work. He spent 6 years suffering in the forest before he found the answer. But he never gave up. And finally, he found the way to peace. Then he said something amazing. He said that every single person can do the same. You don't need to be special. You don't need to be born in a palace. You don't need to be a monk. You don't need to leave your family or your job. You just need to practice, a little every day. Practice letting go of small desires. Practice watching your thoughts without believing them. Practice kindness even when it's hard. Practice being here now. Practice forgiveness. Practice speaking only what is true and helpful. The seed of awakening is already inside you. It has always been there. It's not something you need to get from outside. It's already there like a seed in the earth. But it is covered by layers of habit, fear, anger, and distraction. Water the seed with your daily practice. One day, maybe not today, maybe not this year, but one day you will see clearly. You will understand that suffering is not permanent. You will understand that you are not your thoughts. You will understand that peace is possible right now, in this moment. You will feel a peace that does not depend on anything outside. That peace is your true home. Buddha called it nirvana. You can call it freedom. You can call it happiness. It doesn't matter what you call it. It is possible. Do not let anyone tell you otherwise. You can awaken. Right here, right now, in this life. And so, dear friend, we come to the end of this story. Buddha started as a prince who had everything. A palace, a loving family, beautiful gardens, delicious food, music and dancing every day. But he felt that something was missing. He felt that pleasure was not the same as peace. So he left his palace. He faced his deepest fears. He sat under a tree until he saw the truth. Then he spent 45 years sharing that truth with anyone who would listen. He didn't do it for money or fame. He did it because he had compassion. He saw that all beings are suffering and he wanted to help. Now 16 lessons live in your hands. You don't have to remember all of them. That's too much. Just pick one. One lesson that speaks to your heart today. Maybe it's letting go of anger. Maybe it's speaking only kind words. Maybe it's living in the present moment. Maybe it's not comparing yourself to others. Take that one lesson and practice it for 1 week. Put a reminder on your phone. Write it on a sticky note and put it on your mirror. Tell a friend about it. See what changes. You don't have to be perfect. Nobody is perfect. You just have to try. Every small step brings you closer to peace. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I hope this video helped you understand Buddha's life and also helped you practice your English. Be very kind to yourself today. You are doing great. You are learning. You are growing. Breathe, smile. You are exactly where you need to be. I will see you in the next video. Until then, take care of your beautiful heart.